Hello everyone, today we're going to be making a skin for Trackmania using Substance Painter. So first thing I'm going to do, go to Google, Substance Painter, and download the trial. I think it's about 30 days long. Make sure you get as much use of it as you can in the trial. Okay, so once you've done that, also download my file that I've attached to the video. Extract the file and you'll go to this TM220 car template folder. I've got a few files in here. We have our blank boy, which is our car that has nothing on it. And we have the original textures, which is all the textures that Trackmania provide the default car. So this is some other useful stuff that we'll get to later on. All right, so open up blank boy. Okay, now it's all loaded. I'll show you a few quick tips. So if you hold your Alt button and your left click, you can rotate around. Your Alt button and your right click, zoom in and out. Alt button and your middle click, translate. Okay, just some useful tips. Now, if we go up to the top right of the screen, we've got these four little tabs: details, glass, skin, and wheels. So they're pretty much fixed tabs. You can't add another tab saying wheels 2, etc. So these, we're just going to be working with these. We're actually only going to be working with details, skin, and wheels. We're just not going to worry about glass. This one's already sort of done for you. It's a bit more complicated than the rest. We just want to get to making our car look cool and get some glowing lights. Okay, so we'll start off with the details layer. First thing you're going to want to do, over here where my mouse is how you add layers. Click add layer. Once you've added the layer, we are going to look at these properties of paint. So just a couple of them. We have our brush size, so that's going to change the circle of our paintbrush. So just another quick tip. If you hold your control button and your right click button and move up, it'll change like the softness and like the harshness of the brush. And then if you go control and right click and go left and right, then you can make the brush size smaller and bigger. Another useful tip. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I'm going to teach is, if we go down, we'll see all these little highlighted boxes. These correspond with these channels here. If I just unclick them, you'll see the channels reappear and disappear. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into color quickly, change it to whatever, red, so I can show you the paintbrush. So at the moment we're painting on the details, so I'll hide glass, skin, and wheels, and I can show you that the paintbrush is fine. Using our control method, we can make it smaller. Okay, so I'm going to zoom, undo. Okay, after that, we'll just highlight all these again. So what you want to remember is to learn not to paint inside the layer itself like we just did. Instead, you want to click on the layer, right click on the layer, and go add paint. And inside this little paint layer here, the sub layer, you can paint on this one. And the reason why you want to do this is if you paint on the layer itself and accidentally do something wrong and you can't undo, sometimes the program will let you undo, then you'll have to delete the layer. And you could have all these little sub layers in there, like other paint layers and fill layers, etc. And you're gonna have to redo all of them because you stuffed up on that layer. So this way, if you stuff up this paint layer, it's simple as just doing it again, right? So, but we don't want a paint layer. For now, we want a fill layer. So we'll turn that off, click the layer again, and we'll add a fill. So inside the fill, similar to the paint, but we can fill, say, the whole car red, or the whole detail section red this way. So we'll go back to white, happy days, a bit more grayish will do. And inside this section is where we're going to get used to some of this channels and layers. So I've provided the original textures, so I'm going to show you how to import those. In the top right, we have these little icons on the right of the screen, and the top one has shelf, click shelf, you have materials, and just go all up until you see textures, click textures. You can see that I've already got mine done. So I'll show you how to do yours. It's really simple. Simply just click your OG textures, highlight them all, and drag them in. It's that simple, right? Now highlight all of these too by shift click and name them. Name them something simple like base, textures or whatever, you know. Okay, and now undefined, we want to change that to texture so the program knows it's textures. And now import your resources too. We can either import them to our current session or our project. I recommend you save these ones to your project. What this is doing is if you save it to your project, it will stay with the project every time you open and close the program. They will always be there. Current session will just save them for the time being while your program's open. So when you close your program and reopen them, none of the materials will be saved. So save these in your project for now. I am not going to save them. All right. So now you should have them all up here in your shelf. Nice. So I'm just going to move this a little bit out of the way and click this one and make them a bit larger so I can see. Right. What we want to do, we have all these textures with labels on them. You can see they finish with like underscore B, underscore dirt mask, underscore I, etc. The underscore B thing is how the game recognizes these files, so you have to keep that. So underscore B stands for base, and because we're in the details tab, we're going to go to find the details pictures and go to details base, drag that into base. All right, now you got the details for the base color, the dirt mask. You know, you do this for all of them. Yeah, so put the dirt mask in there. Ambient occlusion is underscore AO. You have emissive. So that's details underscore I, which stands for illumination. Same as emissive. So keep doing this until you've got them all in there. And you can already see your car starting to come together. Underscore R for roughness. Right. We don't have a height one, so don't worry about it. Okay. So there we have the default skin stuff. So we'll keep that for now. Next thing I want to show you, you can also do this with all your tabs. So I've already done glass for you, remember? So just skip glass. Go to skin, and you can go to all the skin pictures, and it should have the same thing. So we're going to have to add our layer again. Add a layer. Inside that layer, click it. Add a fill layer. Inside this fill layer, make sure these are all highlighted, and do the same thing. So you're going to add your base skin. You're going to add your skin illumination, right? The dirt mask, and you just do this for all of them. Okay. All right. What else do we have here? I think that's all of them. Oh no, we got wheels, normals. So we've got no skin normals. Okay. Height, metallic, etc. So we don't have to worry about that. We're going to do all our own anyway. But I'm just showing you the basics. And same for wheels. If you want to do the wheels, you can do the same thing. So you add a layer quickly, add a fill layer, and you can do the same things like wheel ambient occlusion, wheel base color, wheel dirt mask, and what else we got? Wheel normals. Whoops. And what's this? Yep, that's pretty much all of them. All right. We don't end up really using them. So you could also put, we haven't figured out how to use the height thing yet, but we'll get there eventually. So once you've sort of got your basic thing going, we're going to start making it our own. So let's get to the glowing lights already, hey? Like some of the fun stuff. So what we want to do is go back to our, let's start with skin. Let's just go to our skin layer. And inside of here, we are going to start doing some fun stuff. So we have our fill layer and we have all this stuff that we've added. We're going to go ahead and delete all that. We don't need their stuff and make our own. So we'll add another fill layer. Actually, we'll add a paint layer, sorry. Add a paint layer. We're going to change this. I'm going to delete all these channels. So it's just got the color one by itself. Change it to whatever color you choose. So now we can paint on the vehicle, right? So we're going to add a filter to this and show you the drop shadow filter real quickly and how that works. So go to the layer and hold on. I'll do a quick hello. Right, cool. First, and then we'll add the drop filter. So we'll go down and add filter to this layer. And inside here, we click this filter and just type in drop. All right, and click drop shadow. You can see how it's already added like this faint blackness around it. So first, we'll go to the spread tab and spread it all the way to the end, make it 1. Opacity, the same, make this all the way to 1. And now you get this cool effect. You can see the distance is going to move that effect around. So we're going to put this on 0 for now. And then the last one is size. So once we start doing this, we can get this cool outline. You can do this with later on if you want to start drawing and doing cool things, and you can change your outline to whatever color you want. For now, I'm just going to keep it black. Okay, so let's change that to 0.05 and leave it there for now. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you, say if you just wanted to get lights working straight away, let's delete these paint layer. Okay, and in this drop shadow, we want to change it again to just emissive, right? Can't see it now, but it's there. Right, so what we're going to do is need to get rid of that hello quickly, so let's undo a bunch of times, start again. So we have our paint layer. I'll just quickly add that drop shadow again. A filter, drop shadow. Okay, we've got it back. Going to make the spread 1, opacity 1, my size 0.5, and my zip distance 0. Okay. Now inside this paint layer, we're going to change this to emissive. Turn off the color. Change this color to, okay, red. Right. Now we're in the emissive channel. See how it's glowing. Yeah. But this is how you get them to work. So I'll start with the back. See where my mouse is, or it's this little tab that says base color. You're going to drop that down and make sure you change this to emissive. What this is doing, each one of these tabs is changing like this opacity layer here. See how you got this here? This is only working for the emissive stuff. And if I change it back to base color, this will only work for the base color stuff, which is not what we want. So you have to make sure that when, if I go to, quickly, I'll just show you, change this back to color. Say if I wanted to paint on this, which is fine, again. But if I paint on this and then try and drop down the opacity, see how that will work, right? But if I try to leave this in base color mode and do the same thing, but with emissive, so I'm painting with my emissive, it looks like it's working. But if I try and slide this down, see how it's not slowly disappearing, it's not going away? That's because you're in the base color tab. If you change this to emissive and now do this, now it works for the emissive channel. You see what I mean? So this is how you're going to get them to work. Now every setting of this opacity layer, see it's on 5 and now it's on 30 or whatever, these have to be set on the exact right number to get them to work in the game. So for instance, the brake lights are set to 1. So we're going to say I'm going to go brake. Let's just make my thing a little bit smaller and we'll go brake. Right. We have our brake light. And we are going to change this to 1. That is the setting that the computer game understands. If you set that to number 2, this brake light wouldn't work. It has to be on 1. Okay. So we've got that. And the way you figure this out, I've given you the settings in my file. So go back to my file that I gave you guys and go texture informations. And you're going to see in this tab here, here it says self-illumination texture alpha tones, right? You're going to want to match these up with these emissive layers. Just trying to make this clear because I know it's a bit hard to understand and I got stuck there. So I'm going to set this to 1 because my text tells me to. It says, where does it go? Brake lights on when braking, 0%, 0 out of 255. So we want to set it to 1 for that to work. I'm not sure why 0 doesn't work, but just put it on 1. Okay, for the energy, don't know how that lights work, so we're just going to leave that one out. Brake heat. Brake heat is when you go to brake your car, it's not going to show you the light instantly. It's like the longer you're braking, the light's going to slowly light up over the time you're braking. So after like you're holding the brake for 3 seconds, the light's going to be at full blare. It's going to be like, okay, you've been braking for a while, which is a cool feature. And then you've got self-illum always on. Always on means that light's going to be always on. Doesn't matter if it's nighttime, daytime, whatever. So 38%, that means if you want your light to be always on, you'd go to your layer where I've written brake, put it to 30. Okay. Or was it? Actually 38, sorry. Make sure it says 38. Done. So this light would always be on in the game, doesn't matter if it's nighttime, etc. But because it says brake, I'm just going to leave that on 1. Quickly just go for the last couple. And same thing goes for the rest. So if I want the turbo color to work, so this is when you hit a turbo booster, set that to 63%, and that light will only light up when you run over a turbo. The exhaust heat is the same, I think, when you like your car revs harder and harder. You know, your light drives up. And then you've got boost, and that's like going through a booster, you know, one of those Zoop things or whatever. That's a different color again, and that's 88%. And then you've got self-illum only on at night. And if you set this just to fully 100%, this will only show at nighttime. Okay, so now you understand all those settings. You shouldn't have a problem with the rest. So now you've got your light, my brake light, wherever you want to put it. Okay, we're going to add a new layer. All right, add a new layer. I like to just drag my layers down to the bottom and do the same thing. You can just copy and paste these sort of like drop shadows and just add them to your next layer. So it's the same thing. Yep. And now just add another paint. Okay. So we've got our paint layer, and it will give us a different color, say blue. Bear with me, guys. And this one, we'll call it only night. Right. Okay. So you go to your little text tab, you find which one was only night, on at night, which is 100. Don't have to do any work there. And then you can just do this again and just keep repeating this process. So you've added another layer. Oop, can't see where I'm going. Add another layer. Paste your drop shadow. Add a paint. And same goes again. Let's say we want a different color. Go purple. And we're going to call this one always on. Yep. Okay. And then we'll do one more. Okay. One more, and we'll change this to another color. And we'll call this one, say, break heat. Sorry about this crappy writing, but we have break heat done. So once we've done this, actually, what have I done here? Whoop, I've made my first mistake. Always good, learning experience. I painted on the layer itself and didn't remember to add my drop shadow and my paint layer in here. Okay, could have had problems. So I'll just quickly do this again. Break heat. Right, bit big, but whatever. Now, if you want to make it all tidy, you can, you know, label them by just double clicking and calling it break heat. All right, break heat or whatever. I actually labeled it on the wrong one, so that's just brake lights. Okay, so we've done that. We know which one's which for a second. So just make sure you go back and change all these opacity layers to what the text files are. So the first one was breaks, the second one was only night, and the third one was always on. So the third one, always on. That is going to be 38%. So we change this to 38. All right, 38. Oh, shit, my eyes are broken. 38. And the last one was break heat. Quickly go check that one out. Break heat was 25%. So we'll change that to 25%. Boom, done. We've got our different opacity layers. Now I just want to quickly show you this, hopefully. Let's go to export textures. And we are just going to click all these if they're not clicked. And for now, I'll show you this later on. Like later on, you might just want to change the skin, and you don't want to download all of these things. These are all the files that you've put in there, like the dirt mask that we added, etc. So we're just going to click them all for now and just click export. Right. I probably should have chose the file that I wanted to put them. So once you export these pictures, you can go in and find your substance painter. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna go back to where your folder saved. So where your blank boy is. You should have a folder called texture export. Go into there, test 01, and there's all your pictures. You can see here's the emissive layer that we made. Okay. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're also going to need another program called paint.net. This is the one I use. I'm not sure about the other ones out there, but you need to change your image files, right, from JPEG or PNG into this format. You see where my mouse is hovering where it says BC1, BC5, BC3. See, underscore B stands for base color, underscore R for roughness, underscore I is for illumination. You're going to need to save these pictures in these formats, and I'm going to show you how. So what you're going to need to do is highlight all these if you've got paint.net and just open them. Right? It will open all the images up the top here that you're willing to work with. So for your base skin, you're going to have to go into this, save it as a DDS file. So where is that? Direct draw surface. There we go. You click on DDS and you press save. Now, see how here it's got settings, it's got BC3. You gotta remember this is a base color. So you go to your settings page, look up underscore B, base color, it's saying BC what BCI1 or whatever. So we're gonna go BC1. Yep, that's done. That's done. Now all you need to do is unclick that, generate maps. You don't need that for now. And just press OK. Now you've saved your new version. It'll be in here somewhere. Scan B, DDS PNG version, and here's the DDS version. You're gonna have to go through and do that with all of them, right? All the ones that you manipulated, like you might not have changed one of these, like the normals or the roughness, just leave all those ones out. But let's just do this. So you quickly do them all. Save as, called dirt mask, correct. And now dirt mask is in BC4, I believe. Dirt mask, BC4. Okay, so we're going to do this to all of them. Sorry that this is taking a bit of time. Save as, DD5, where are you again? And the bottom, I don't remember that. And what were you? This was the glass illumination. So illumination is BC3. Yep. So we go to BC3. And in here, you've got two options. If you look, BC3 linear DXT5 and the other one. Don't click the other one. It will not let your lights work. Make sure it's DXT5. Yep. Click. Okay. The next one, you just keep doing this with all of them. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the normals. Don't need them. Details, base. Yeah, we need the base color. So we're going to save as direct surface. Save base color. If I remember right, was BCI1. Let's just double check. Yep, BC1. Don't know why I keep saying BCI. All right. Okay. Done. What's this one? This is the roughness of something. I don't need it. Okay, glass roughness. Yeah, we'll add it in, okay? Direct surface. Roughness is BC5. Okay, so we're going to go with the linear unsigned, not the one that's signed, but linear unsigned. Okay. Next layer, our fun one, the emissive layer. So we're going to save you as direct surface, skin elimination, yep. And make sure this one's on BC3, linear DXT5. Beautiful. Okay. What's this one? Normals. Not going to worry about normals just for now. Base color for the tires. Yep. We'll keep that. So direct surface, wheelbase, and you're a base color. So your BCI, BC1. Fuck, keep doing it. All right. Now we've got detail elimination. Save as. Direct surface. Okay. And you're the elimination, did you say? So you must be a BC3 DXD5. Okay. We have more normals for the tires. Whatever. Let's just put it in there to see what happens. Normals, direct surface, and what was that under? Normals, BC5. You're a BC5. BC5, done. Yep. I know this can take some time, but if you want a cool skin working, then this is how you do it. Save as, direct earth surface. You are a dirt mask. You were BC4. Okay. Now we've got, what else do we have? Another dirt mask. Save as, direct, blah, blah, blah. And BC4 still there. Okay. We also have, what is this? The roughness for the wheels. Yep, why not? We'll add some roughness. Save as, UD, direct surface. Save. And roughness was a BC5, I'm pretty certain. Double check. Yes, I'm correct. So we've got all our new files. Get out of there. Finally. So what I do is here, I just go to sort by type, and then just you've got all your skin folders. Now we are going to go into your documents folder. I'll just quickly bring up something new. Go into documents quickly. Okay, documents, and we are going to Trackmania skins. Go to models, car sport. I've got one skin that's already in there, so I'm going to use that zip folder to just actually copy it, paste it. So I've got my copy, and now inside the copy, I am going to delete all of these except for that little icon, because otherwise, if I delete them all, the folder just disappears. That icon doesn't do anything. Right, and now we're going to go in and drag all our DDS files straight into this bad boy. Right, where do they end? PNG, DDS. So we've got all these. Yes. If you don't have a zip folder already, because it's got to be in zip, I'm pretty sure, you can make a folder of just these, and then you right click your folder, and then you can say compress, add that folder to a template.zip. But you need to download WinZip for this. And if you don't have a zip program already, Otherwise, just use the zip folder that's already on your computer and take everything out and put your stuff in it. That'll work too. All right, so once we've done this, okay, we should have our skin. Let's just name it something better than this. Starter. Okay, whatever. Voila. Now if I open up Trackmania, this is going to take a little while, so I might have to fast forward just the loading screen. We'll see. So yeah, been playing Trackmania not for long. I've only been in Trackmania for a month. Found the mesh modeler and this program to make skins, and I've been spending more time doing that stuff than I have been playing the game lately, but really enjoy the game. Just haven't seen any tutorials out there on making skins that are clear, and same with the mesh modeler. So I'll be making a video after this one on how to make ramps and things in the mesh modeler. Very cool. So we're in our game. Go to garage. Just wait for this all to load. I'm going to go to upload skin, and we have our starter skin, right? We're going to click, just wait for it to load. Come on, bad boy. Yeah. All right, so we'll go to solo, for new campaigns. So I'm not sure which map is a nighttime map. This kind of looks nighttime. Let's go there. Oh, damn it. Don't have my controller hooked up. Keyboard will do. All right. You can see in the nighttime, this is a night track, all your lights will be on briefly. But you can see how if I hold my brake, the brake light, that brake heat lit up after a bit of time, right? I've got a feeling I might have accidentally not did my brake light properly, but we're gonna quickly show you this in another track that's daytime. Okay, almost there. See if I might have stuffed my brake light up. Playland, yeah, the brake lights shouldn't be on. Oh no, there we go. See how if I tap brake, it only lights up. The one that was said only on overnight has gone away, and the one that says always on is on the right side there. So we've got our lights working. Okay. And now brake heat, see how it slowly fades. And now if I try and brake a bit, it slowly comes in. So you can get really creative with this. So that's the lights, straight up. I will also quickly show you a little bit more Substance Painter if you're interested. So what we're going to do quickly, I'm going to go ahead and just delete all my glowing lights. Okay. I want to add a new layer somewhere. I'm going to put you at the top. I'm only going to click color this time. Turn off emissive. We'll go back to our base color up here mode. And now inside this base color, I should be able to change the skin. All right. Yep. So we can paint. Beautiful. So we're going to go into here and get a bit creative. So we're going to add a fill layer. And I'm going to turn all these off for now because I just don't want to worry about them. And inside my base color, we want a cool skin picture. So I've got also, if you want to use it, I don't mind, go into the folder that I've given you guys. Click on the picture that I've put in there. It'll look like this. And go back into your shelf, textures, and just drag that into there. Label it whatever you want. Cool. Go to undefined, texture, import resources, and I'm just going to put this in current session this time. Okay, so we now have our image. If I drag that image onto base color, we now have this skin wrapped around the whole skin. Okay, I'll show you how to make these layers after this. So we've got our cool skin. We have the shelf for a second. I'm going to add a new layer to this, and I want like the lights of this to be similar to the picture. But if you just stuck this picture in an emissive layer, like if I added emissive here and I also put this picture in there, and you went to play this, your car is just going to be one big bright white mess. You're not going to see any colors. So this is not what you want. You shouldn't overlap the emissive layers, so you shouldn't just cross the lines. Just keep them in their separate channels. So we're going to delete this emissive nonsense. And we do want to make our own, but I want to make a separate fill layer just for the emissive channel. I'm going to delete all this stuff so I only have emissive showing. And now this is how we're going to get a little bit creative. So we'll get out of this, go back to our picture, open it up in your paint.net. Most paint programs should probably do what I'm about to show you. All right, we have our picture. I'm going to go to adjustments on this program, or actually it's effects. And go to something called, these are all just like different effects that you can change it and warp it or whatever. What I'm looking for is something to just make it edgy, you know, like this. Edge protect. I can just get sort of like the outlines of the colors, you know, and you can just play with this sort of stuff until you like it, right? So you get something like this. I can go in, maybe find something else. Let's go to outline. No. We want ink sketch. Oh yeah, that didn't change much. Okay, that's cool. We're gonna, don't want to change the colors much. I just want to lose some of that noise that's in there if I can. Get my drift right. Whatever, we'll just leave it at that. And maybe the brightness and contrast might help a little. Yeah, there we go. Let's delete some of that noise and just leave this. This will do. Beautiful. You could probably do this with most pictures. So, yep, you save this as a new one. Whatever, we'll just call it cool. Lights. Save. Save. And we've saved our new picture. Get out of that. And we have a new picture in our folder called Cool Lights. So we'll go back into our substance painter, do the same thing, shelf, drag Cool Lights into here, label it. Cool Lights, textures, import current, or save it to your project, import. Beautiful. We now have our lights. So what we're going to do is go back to our light layer. So we have where our base image is. Now we have our emissive layer. We're going to drop that into the emissive layer. Okay. Make sure this is on emissive. And if you change this color, where is it? Emissive lights. This layer that I'm in has things. I might have two separate layers for this. Yeah, I do. Okay, that's no problem. So we'll just quickly add a new layer, drag our emissive fill into this one. Yeah. So we've got our separate layer for that. So we're not changing our image at all. Now we go into our new layer that we just created. Fill. Lights are still there. Yep. And now we're going to change this opacity down to say 1. Because I only want these cool lights to hit when I use my brakes. All right. And done. So this is what you do if you just want to add something simple. So the lights are in, set to brake lights, check emissive channel, done. Go over here, export textures again. Now all we really did was add one thing. We added or two things. We added something to the skin. So we're going to get rid of all this. We added a skin base. We'll leave that. We didn't add roughness. We added illumination. We didn't add normals, dirt mask, or AO. So we're just going to save these two. That's all we want. Okay, export. Yep, out of here. So now, when we go back to our texture export, where all the textures go, we'll see our skin base image, and we'll see our new skin illumination. So we'll go back to where we have our skins in Trackmania, where we put our skins. Open up your starter skin, and we are just going to drop that skin base into here, right, which will overwrite the one that was already in there. And we're also going to drop the skin illumination into here, which will overwrite the one that's already in there. Okay. Oh wait, we have sorry guys, I have totally done something wrong. We've missed a step. Make sure you grab your new illumination layer, which is this weird invisible looking one. Okay. And save this as the direct source. I forgot about the direct surface thing. Yeah, it already exists, but we're going to replace our old one because I don't want it. And we've got this. Make sure it's BC3DXT5. Now press OK. And you've got your details one. And you'll do that same with the base skin. Save this as direct surface. Yeah, it already exists. We're replacing it. And I'm pretty sure base color was BC1. Let's just double check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's BC1. Where's my folder? There it is. Base was BC1. Yep, cool. So we've done that to both of them. And we have our new DDS file version that you now drag into here. It will replace the other one. Grab your skin illumination DDS file. Which is this one. Okay. And now we should have a new skin. Let's go to our Trackmania. Garage. And we're going to go to upload skin and hit it again. Get our new skin. Hopefully. Come on. Game and it's loading. Taking its time. Let's go. What the hell? Why did I get the same one? What did I do? Why didn't it change? Hold on a second. I've placed skin base color. Start a zip. I might have to restart my game. Okay. So here we go. It's loaded now. Sometimes it takes a bit. And now we're going to go into a daytime track. Sorry for the little stuff around. Lights are off. Lights are on. And you see how they're only lighting up the edges of my picture. Very cool. And this got to be close to being the finish of my tutorial. The only thing I need to show you is layers. So imagine I'm just going to delete everything because it's going to be easier for me to show you this quickly. You want to create separate, like a black mask, so you can only paint this section, and then you want to paint like this little part. I'm going to show you a cool way of doing this. So you go into your layer, add a fill layer, okay, change the color, just make it just color, change the base color to whatever. Right, now go back to your layer, right click it, and you'll see add black mask. Add the black mask. Okay, you'll see your red disappeared. Now on the left side, you see these icons. Go down to the fourth one that says polygon fill. Click that, and you'll get this mesh. All right, and because you've made that fill red before, you should be able to just click parts of this, yeah, and make a mask. So what I'm going to quickly show you. Just when my mouse is hovering, you can change this perspective to 3D and 2D, so I can see both. If I just started to paint here, you can see sometimes I'm just painting the top, but there's paint on parts I don't want it to be on, even though I'm just trying to get on the top. So we don't want to do that. The best way is, if I just want to make a quick layer of this, say, spoiler, for instance, you find where that is by roughly doing this, and it's over here, and just do the 2D version, okay? And just keep painting. Oh, whoop, Gumby. Right, let's just go to 2D only quickly. Whoop. And now you've done this, you should be able to see that you've just done the spoiler, right? Cool. We've got the spoiler painted. Go back to this, your layer. So you're in the black mask before. Now click this, and we are going to add a paint layer. So add paint. This paint is going to be emissive. So color, turn off. Emissive. It's on green. That'll do. Our paintbrush, I could set this paintbrush to whatever size I want. Massive. And you can see that it's not going to paint any other part of the car except for the black mask that we just made, which is really handy for making your own parts. You know, so now that could be your whole brake light or your night light. And you can just keep on doing this to make layers. So now if I added a new layer, okay, I make this color, add a fill, see how the other one disappears. So I just drag this down to the bottom for now, and so you can see the other parts that you've done. Add a new fill layer, blue. Oh, whoops. Yeah. So now this will paint every part of your vehicle except for your black mask that you've done before. So now you can just keep on doing this, right? There you go, add a black mask. Choose the section that you want. You want some nice rims, yeah? So you go to your rims. and you can start doing some detailing in here, right? You can get just creative and make it as nice as you want. I'm not going to spend forever doing that, but you can see what I mean. You can do some cool things if you like. You could wrap an image around this later. So you've got your cool dirt mask that you've made. Yep. Go back to the layer, add a paint, and say I don't want it to be emissive, I just want paint. I can paint this whatever color I want. So, or yellow. Voila. And now you have that layer. Yeah. Very simple. Now this is the end of my tutorial, guys. Now it's long, but you should easily be able to just make anything you want now, as cool as you want with this. Okay. Look up like, if you want different textures, you can look up Google for like, I want a different tire texture. Tire textures, and then just wrap that around instead of their one. You want this to look like a rim, make a layer of it, look up rim textures and wrap a rim around it, and then do that thing I did with my other illumination skin picture, and you can make all cool lights around your rims, etc., headlights, and that's it. Enjoy, guys. Hope that helps. Ta-da.